I'm Mike McCormick, the author of this book, Joe Biden Unauthorized and the 2020 Crackup of the Democratic Party. I've also written that book, 15 Years of Deplorable, a White House memoir based on my over 15 years working as a stenographer in the White House. And because I worked that span of time, I worked for three presidents: President Bush, President Obama, and President Trump. So I'm not a political appointee. I don't have an axe to grind with any one party or ideology. But what I do know is that President Trump is doing a great job. And the reason I wrote my book about Joe Biden is because I know he's not capable of being president. So I want to tell you a little bit about the book that I wrote about Joe Biden, because right now, with the way they found Hunter's laptop, this is a terrible time in our country, and we're about to have a really, really important election. So this is from the forward of my book. In my opinion, President Trump was right to request help in investigating Joe and Hunter Biden. I think you'll find the facts I put together in support of that opinion are stronger than anything else reported to date. I wrote my book in January 2020. I published it in March 2020. This isn't a last-second hit job done for the election season. I actually wrote this book so that Democrats would have something to weigh in on as they selected their presidential candidate. Joe Biden then was leading in the polls. Then he almost fell off the table when he lost the primary there in Iowa. And then he came back all of a sudden. And I think it was a horrible mistake by the Democrats. If Joe is going to run for president, he can't hide his past, at least not the past I saw. Amtrak Joe has some questions to answer, and we're seeing that more and more now with that laptop, as all the information out of the laptop is being exposed. And please understand, in the original version of this book, I believed Joe when he said he had no knowledge of Hunter's business in Ukraine. I went to Ukraine with Joe Biden. I went to Poland with Joe Biden. And that's what I write about in this book. And the thing that I really write about in this book that people should understand, Barack Obama knew what they were doing. And he did nothing to stop it. He covered it up. And that's what we need to talk about in a grand jury investigation. But after digging into transcripts and visitor logs from President Obama's WhiteHouse.gov website, I now believe Joe has been lying. This isn't Russian disinformation. This is information that came from Obama's White House. This isn't a last-second hit job. This is stuff that was put out to help Democrats understand the truth about Joe Biden. And it didn't happen because COVID swept all the news off the front of the front page for 3 months there. Democrats in Congress and Mitt Romney voting to impeach our president over a Joe Biden lie. Democrats in Congress self-destructing their integrity and trustworthiness over a Joe Biden lie. Time to write a book. And here it is. Joe Biden, Unauthorized, and the 2020 Crackup of the Democratic Party. It's available on Amazon. It's available on my website. My website is www.joebidenunauthorized. And if you buy it off my website, I donate 10% of the proceeds to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, because Blue Lives Matter. I was a stenographer before I was a stenographer in the White House. That's what I based my book on, my experience there. Before I was a stenographer in the White House, I was a stenographer in the court system. And our Blue Lives officers and their families are the heroes of society, and they shouldn't be treated as badly as they are right now by the Democratic Party.